Yeah, about that, everyone's gone. As I left Radican, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores. Gone. In the restaurants. Gone. Even the cars. Vanished. Drivers and all. I mean, I see cars. Did only the moving cars disappear? Maybe. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sound of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in the waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless until... What's wrong, Akari? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? Huh? You saw it too, right? Just now before your very eyes. Panic took hold as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulder and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything. You didn't? Do you see it now, like no one's here around? I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes, and in the reflection of her eyes I could see other people. No? She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing. Nothing at all? There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? There were? Even the storage employees are gone. That's impossible by any measure. Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's because of the heat. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's building. Naturally, my eye drifted to the top floor of a Radican, where I had been just a moment before. Satellite, satellite, oh, satellite, act up in a blue, satellite, satellite, oh. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building, where not 5 minutes ago before I had found Maki's Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Maki's Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was... What the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabashi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it someone had placed a satellite-like machine, shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I'm seeing now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabashi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I know it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? It appearing out of another time there? The real question was, when did that happen? Mayuri, about that satellite. What a surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. It certainly didn't make a sound, but I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it was more like zoom, and that's what when he swifted the timeline. Did that satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think any aliens were on board? Okay, had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamed it all? Hey, you two! Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? Huh? Haven't I heard this policeman's voice before? I feel like I have. This area of off limit. You have to leave. We're sorry. Okay, we're sorry, right? First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question. Officer A? Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makishi Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could... Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, no one got stabbed at Radican. Oh. But we will know this person later on, right? What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. There's so many mysteries that's already going on. We were escorted to the UPX and released. There were people at the UPX like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed because they all couldn't get to Akiba and therefore was there instead. Just as Officer A had said, Shurodori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. That brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Didn't the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabashi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radican. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even TOT TV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Shurodori is still closed off. Akibara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba Street, nor about Makishi Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it. It's the organization using the system to darken it all, no? From the sofa I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Dora and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control. My God! He's crazy, this guy. But they underestimated me, for I am not as easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign! Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. Dr. Pep is not really good, I don't know. Not Pepsi either, I mean, Cola is okay, Coke, like Coca-Cola, but otherwise I actually like the off-brand we have here very much. It's a lot less bubbles and a lot more sugar. So it's like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff. This is really the good stuff. But yeah, I really understand the mad scientist part, the mad part in the mad scientist he is. We haven't seen much scientist except that he seemed to know one theory or two. The lab has no air condition. Ice cold rings are essential. Elixir Intellectualis, a drink fit for a genius. Cola is better. I agree, but not the cola you mean. Akrin really loves Dr. P. I pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Step through the curtain dividing the center and you'll enter the heart of the future Gadget laboratory, the development room. Can we see all his eight inventions? We're looking for a word. Yes, as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know, the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition and passion! I poked Darrow and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape so it's dim and hot, almost like a sauna. Saunas are nice. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that I lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. I mean, I thought you seem... But whenever we've seen you so far, you always had a lab coat on either way, so I thought you had it everywhere. Darrow, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's a man like him who gives our generation a bad name. Yeah. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sit on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be. Darrow, is the plan progressing smoothly?
What plan, Master Mad Science?
Darrow gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. The plan as in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8. Also, here's the thing I don't understand, like, I mean, some things I can understand, like that, with things you make them smaller and smaller so they will fit and you can have many things, but microwaves is a thing that they shouldn't make smaller and smaller. You don't fit the damn plates in there anymore. I mean, most plates, yeah, but then there are some bigger ones that like, oh, this is a serving plate. With the old microwave we had, we could put the whole plate in there, and you would have a plate there to serve to the guests, like a whole plate there, basically. You know, it's like, well, I can barely put my own personal plate in. Just getting smaller. Like a microwave isn't a thing that should get smaller. The popcorn machine we had specifically like how it works in the microwave and spread the butter on. It's too tall now, doesn't fit in the microwave. Why would you make microwave smaller when you make newer models? Doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you make a computer screen smaller every time you make a new one? Like,
Yeah, let's make it smaller so it's more compact and better, right?
no.
That. How was I supposed to know what you meant?
We've known each other for what, 3 years now? We went to high school together and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months though.
We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk it also 2 years.
Details. The point is we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here.
Nope. I'm not a mad scientist.
Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparation and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shut down again. Shut through the heart. So, are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8?
Not yet.
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadow. At present, we haven't completed any invention of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make.
You said weapons, right?
A gun of some sort. If you want to shoot something else, how about laser, plasma, something very penetrating, you know, high speed, maybe. If you want to use something more useful there, but I don't know how you would make it. Like, I go over the theories in my head all the time, but it doesn't really function anything. Would be a force field. Try and work that out. I mean, you could maybe do one of magnetic field, but that would only put out magnetic stuff. It would turn out something like, yeah, either way. But there, that's something you could try and make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious futuristic gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Serendipity? Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. Huh? Yeah. What? Can I learn me about it? That was again, isn't that a weapon then? Bit particle. It shoots particles? What kind of particle? Gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. Is it a drone made of bamboo? That's what I get from it. Gadget number 3, could this be Aura? What? I feel like my urine named that one. Maybe, I don't know. Gadget number 4, mold snake. What? Gadget number 5, once again I made a worthless object by Gomon. Huh? Gadget number 6, the Xylem saber. A saber is a weapon? Gadget number 7, ghost in the ball. Isn't it ghost in the shell? They can all be seen on the website our made, so feast your eyes upon the product of our mad scientist genius. Wonder if futuregadgetlab.com does exist and we can find the gadgets there. I wanna look that maybe. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the Phonewave. Name subject to change. Phonewave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. What? Phonewave is better than some of the other ones at least. When our future gadget is completed, the 3 of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology or names with hidden meaning that need extra explanation to understand. Can you explain that? Another worthless thing by his name is then Daro thinks my naming style too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. I mean, it should be simple, like explaining what it does in many ways. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember a difficult name. She says they don't fit in her head. And so our opinions on Gadget name are always split. But I digress. The Phonewave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. Oh! But you still need to put in the food. So what? I mean, there's always this great thing that I've seen Japanese commercial when I set my country to Japan there, and the smart home there and such, and it's like everything can be controlled here with your phone and everything and such, but most of the things, I would like to be there when it happens. Like, I want to start that. Like something, okay, the coffee machine is ready there and it actually makes coffee in the morning. I can understand that, even though I don't drink coffee. But if for a microwave, I would have to leave the food there in the microwave, right? Which would mean it would be basically ruined by morning if I made breakfast. Or otherwise, if I wait there, why would... Yeah. You put food in the microwave before you leave, then on your way back, call that touched cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready when you arrive. Yeah, except it might be ruined, you know. At room temperature, bacteria spread really fast and... yeah. No? So it's basically a piece of junk. Oh. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the Phonewave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. What? Did she send it to the future? Since then, Dara and I have been searching for the cause.
We tried copying what Mayuri did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out really weird. Green.
I've seen that, how the banana in the microwave just go green and melting, you know.
I just don't get it.
Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can make it happen again. Bring forth the bananas! I shouldn't have ruined what will happen with them.
Are you gonna turn them into Yalbanas again?
That's been bugging me, my sheep. Please stop calling them Yalbanas. Yalbananas.
But Yalbanas are Yalbanas, right? Yeah, Yalbanas are Yalbanas.
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the Phonewave. Name subject to change.
What's it to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food and our budget is really low, Ocarina.
Your stinginess could cost us the battle with the organization!
That's fine with me. You should always bust the bananas, and now Mayushi can't eat a single one.
I mean, we can probably detach one and give it to her. To keep her quiet at least. Make her eat that banana. That sounds dirty. Next time, we'll only do one banana. But I already put a whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The Phonewave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone tapped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the Phonewave. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Why did that repeat? Is this time? No. Where did I put my phone? Yeah, okay, twice. Could have been a mistake on the developer or something. Now something is wrong. I check my pants and coat pockets. Let's press the phone trigger button on call the cell phone and make a call to the Phonewave name subject change. It allows us to confirm the controller setting from config of the system menu. Mayushi guidance the system Daru program to operate the Phonewave.
Do you hear Mayushi's voice?
Be quiet, I'm trying to listen.
You can operate the time from this menu. After pushing the number button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, press number 120.
Oh, so that's why they haven't sent anything into the future like really far yet, because they can only, so far they only know how to send like 1 minute or 2, because you wouldn't heat things for a year, right? Entering the command properly will cause the Phonewave name subject to change the function to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 number. Oh. Me again? Right. 1 0 2 0. Number! Boom! That should do it. The method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The Phonewave comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate.
Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards.
Oh? Backwards? Oh, I never noticed that. That might have serious implication if we look at quantum critical behavior driven by Hund's rule.
Yeah, no.
Not Hund's rule. Hund is dog in Swedish. Dog's rule. Dog's rule!
No, I like cats better. No.
Okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave shims. Mayuri takes the bananas out.
Your bananas are ready.
The bananas have become, not bananas, gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. Do they do like that if they rotten long enough? I don't think so, really, not that way. After Mayuri's discovered that the Phonewave had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time. Daru, you wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you wouldn't. It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered.
They look really nasty.
The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it.
No way, May.
Fine. Mayuri, the honor shall be yours.
But your bananas are all gloopy, soft, squishy. Huh?
Wait, she already tried one?
It's not had no flavor and wasn't tasty at all.
I don't like bananas to begin with, they make my tongue itch. Gloopy, droopy, soft and squishy. Daru, what do you think?
Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy bananas. Isn't that how they turn when they grow old? Or something. Mayushi, say your bananas are soft and squishy for me. Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding.
Soft.
Please say it. Your bananas are soft.
Don't make us say that, you perv! Yeah. Oh. Dora retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. So I guess he's into some kind there of, what's the name in English, or the correct way to formulate it, like, humiliation, like, yeah, it's so small, it's soft and squishy, no, not a real man. Something like that, I would guess he's into. I met a few of those in my webcam day. That was the time. No, not really. I didn't like cockfighting. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway. They are gelatinous, a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there is a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas? I got it! I turned to the whiteboard and write phrasing in the middle. Then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand. What I thought was a phrasing function is actually something else. A bold statement, if I do say so myself. What? It do a different things to different things, yeah, then of course it isn't phrasing. It's not a bold statement, it is an obvious statement. So why isn't anyone surprised? Now's the time to shout. What you say? Come on, don't be shy. Their reactions are pathetically weak. My ears probably didn't even understand half of what I said.
We already knew that.
Oh?
The problem is we don't know what it is doing or why it's doing it. If it's the opposite of freezing, then couldn't it be thawing? Huh?
What a silly question, Mayuri. What you're describing is just a normal microwave.
What is it? We don't know, and that's the problem.
He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue.